Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's August 6th, 2025, looking up from Saddleback Lakes at the Elephant's Perch. If you haven't ever been up there, it's really awesome feature. Even better to go up there and climb. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, we ask to do a one-time donation, or even better, sign up for that monthly sustaining membership. Today's going to be mostly sunny and windy. We do have a system that is dropping down from BC and will be hitting us tonight into tomorrow with the dry cold front. So we're not really seeing any moisture out of this, mostly just virga, maybe a couple very isolated rainstorms. Doesn't look like really much thunderstorm potential. Best chances that are going to be tomorrow afternoon for Thursday. And then behind that, Friday and Saturday temperatures cool down 10 to 15 degrees below normal. So going to be pushing those daily highs on Friday into the upper 70s, mid to upper 70s. All right, and looking around at the fire warning today, we have a red flag warning today for most of the Wood River Valley and all the way up to Stanley due to increased winds and low humidity. We'll take a look at that later on. This is that low that's going to slide down its way towards us over the next 24 hours. You can see it's going to be mostly sunny today, but we will have some light cloud cover start to build in towards the end of the day ahead of that with those high altitude cirrus clouds. Looking around at the HRRR forecast, really not much. You can see most of that moisture stays to the north of us. You can see this band of virga. That's going to be the leading edge of that cold front. That kind of is going to be directly overhead tomorrow morning, or tonight really. And ahead of that, it's going to get really windy, but not much precip. Looking pretty dry with this one. And the NAM's looking a little bit, here I'll play this all the way back. So the NAM's looking a little bit wetter. You might be able to squeeze out a shower here and there. That one, like little ones over Galena Pass and over to the east into the Carey, Lost River ranges. Really not too much precip with this. And thunderstorm potential, I'm going to fast forward to tomorrow. Our best chances are really going to be Sawtooth Valley and north from there, and really even the Sawtooth is just like 10 to 20% chance, so that's pretty small for this time of year. And this is how much moisture we're going to squeeze out, barely a hundredth of an inch over in the Lost Rivers and maybe north of Stanley. Looking at the temperatures, say in the mid 80s, this is down in Haley. Tomorrow we're going to drop into the upper 70s and then mid 70s by Friday. And then we'll slowly bump back up for the weekend. Okay, I'm going to look actually at wind speeds. So that's the most impressive thing over the next 48 hours. So you can see the winds this afternoon start building around 1, and by 4 or 5 p.m. it's going to be our strongest winds. In the valley it's going to be in the mid 20s, and the Pios could be gusting up to 35 miles per hour at those higher elevations. And then tomorrow the winds kind of start to pick up around noon, and still looking like mid 20s in the valleys, and looking like it could pick up into the 40-mile-per-hour range in the mountains. But you can see a lot more color on the map by tomorrow afternoon with those winds really gusting everywhere. Looking at the smoke, looks like it's going to stay clear of us. We got the Jake's fire down here, and then some other fires burning in the Panhandle, one in Northern California and Oregon, but most of that smoke is getting pushed away from us over the next few days. So just light haze out there. We've been pretty fortunate this year with the smoke not being intense. Looking at the 500 millibar GFS, you can see that low dropping in over the top of the panhandle, bringing in that winds, that change of pressure between high pressure and low pressure is going to create that windy effects, and just drier air coming in from the northwest and not really going to be giving us too much precip as far south as where we are. And then we have a high pressure ridge over to the Pacific coast that will slowly build in over the weekend, bringing us nice weather for next week, and really not seeing too much after tomorrow. After Thursday, looks like we're going to have pretty nice weather for the next coming week. As far as fires go, we do have a bunch of smaller ones, like kind of the bigger ones in the area, or the cedar fire, which is now 22% contained, but that continues to burn. They're really trying to hold, see if I could pull this up. They're really trying to hold the western and southeast line here. That's their containment line. And the fire is kind of pushing into lodgepole stands and more wooded terrain over on these north-facing features and continuing to burn. And besides that, we just have some bigger fires out there, not directly in our area. Some smaller fires I think have been put out, or in the process of being put out. But we have the Jake's fire in northern Nevada, and I actually haven't really looked at this one in Northern California. The Big Cliff fire. I think that's actually burning near some, looks like there's some evacuation orders. I'm not going to get too deep into this because I haven't spent too much energy, so I'll just be talking on the fly. All right, I'll see you on Friday morning.